again, for those who are curious, today's stream is in fact sponsored by Ubisoft. Thanks to the Ubes for sponsoring this. And more importantly, to look at Assassin's Creed. Hopefully it's awesome. Hopefully it's great. We will see. But yeah, all right. Let the sponsorship begin. Oh, they're starting with a live performance? This ended with the Just Dance logo, I would lose my mind. If this is a representation of the actual soundtrack, it's going to be good. The music's going to be really good, so fingers crossed.
Who are you? We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance. We must learn to trust.
That was a great edit. That was a really fun edit.
Together.
Hello everyone, I'm Charles Benoit, Game Director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm very proud to be here today to present our dream project, a game that we have wanted to make for a very long time. Yes, we're finally going to feudal Japan at the end of Sengoku era. It was a period of war where clans were fighting for power, a turning point
Have I
in
pitched
history,
to you my Assassin's Creed game? We'll do it at the end.
Unification of Japan. A period shaped by political intrigue, secret leagues, and battles fought in the shadows. And a time where the greatest warrior became heroes and inspired the most amazing and well-known epic fantasies, the samurai and the shinobi. Two perfect archetypes for our duo protagonist. You'll embody the deadliest trained assassin in history, the shinobi, with Naoe, a young woman from the mountains of Higa province, who was forced by war to learn the arts of deception. You'll also experience Japan through the eyes of Yasuke, an historical character whose legend is surrounded by mysteries. It allows us to tell the story
if they do it right,
of a
that could be
foreigner
fun, because
who
Yasuke
becomes
just
a
vanishes,
samurai under
right?
Oda Nobunaga,
So
the most powerful daimyo at that time.
that could be interesting.
Two protagonists with unique personal stories and views of the world. Once allied, player can bounce freely between both characters. Play either as Yasuke, a strong combat-focused samurai, or as Naoe, the agile and stealthy shinobi. And as you progress in your adventure, you'll feel the time passing like never before. We're introducing a full year cycle where you'll be able to rediscover a location under different season and weather. For example, in winter, ice may prevent you from going underwater. But as the season gets warmer, you can now use spawns to approach your enemies.
Interesting.
Or heavy rain will help you to blend in the environment, to lurk or escape your opponents. You can also use your surroundings to your favor. At night, extinguish lanterns and destroy Brazier to vanish in the shadows. Each day and season bring its own challenges. But today, I'm really excited to share an extended look at Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay. You're about to see a sequence where Naoe and Yasuke are hunting corrupted daimyo through beautiful parts of Japan. You'll see the dynamic of our two heroes, and now they complement their strengths with the unstoppable force of Yasuke and the deadly skills of Naoe. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the seasons work. Is it a real-time season, and how much time does that pass? I imagine not. So get out of there,
Peace
monkey, that's
and war.
crazy.
Benevolence and cruelty. I tread my own path.
They're running. They're like, Yeah, I imagine the seasons would have to be tied to the story. But he did say it would change how you would approach things, so
Ochiyama.
maybe those are side
last.
quests?
The fields are busy. A big harvest requires many hands.
That's cute. I love that people were like, yo, isn't that the famous giant?
That's samurai.
And merchant looks uneasy.
I will not tolerate this disrespect. No, please.
Well, you are a friendly beast, are you not?
Okay.
Samurai sir, this way, I beg you. Hurry, sir. Please.
Right behind you, little one.
Oh, Baba, I brought someone.
Ikimaru, I wonder where you went. Ah, a samurai. One that does not hail from these lands.
I am a stranger, yes. But you have nothing to fear from me.
Ha! I have enough to fear from the men of Kochiyama. They abuse their power, taxing us again and again, leaving us only scraps. I bet they are in the market now, along the main road. A stranger might make good merit, ridding a village of a threat like these men.
Is that so? Then I shall see it done. For this life, if not the next.
You think they have a Japanese audio? It's kind of like in Shogun, where they gave you a dubbed version and the Japanese with subtitles, and I just went full subtitles because I was like, immerse me.
You miserable wretch.
By the way,
No
Shogun was
division
amazing.
among the people here.
If you haven't seen
No
it,
corruption.
watch it.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering.
Yes, I'm talking about the new one. The old one's good too, but I like the new one a lot.
What is happening here?
This isn't your fight, samurai. I told you, keep walking.
Yo, you're dead, dude. Was that an armor break thing that I just saw? Oh no, he broke some. That man anime jumped.
They were going to kill me.
So I'm assuming his portions are not the stealth portions.
Up the road toward the castle. A corrupt samurai named Fujioka.
Protector turned persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village. Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my hand.
I said kill him.
I kind of dig that beat drop. I like it a lot.
You will have to spill it first.
Who do you think you are?
For the people, I am justice.
I showed up late to the party! So is she like the assassino? And he's just experiencing the story?
Going to handle this.
Too slow. What did you find?
The samurai has been stealing from the villagers. He has been starving the people here for some time.
So now we know who he worked for.
The daimyo in Fukuyama Castle.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him. He'll be difficult to find.
The daimyo. He's there.
Who will take the lead?
We can sneak in.
Or charge through the front gate?
That's fun. Okay.
It's almost dark.
I like that a lot.
No one will see me coming.
A little,
You will not stand a chance.
like,
But be careful.
kind of
in
remind
there.
me of Syndicate a little bit?
Don't worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
In the shadows. To serve the light.
I'll go straight for the daimyo. When fighting a snake, why wrestle the body when you can slice off the head?
Yeah, this is the stuff I'm here for. I love this. Murdered! Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Yo, she crawling.
You're mine now, snake.
Who did
Awesome. That's cool. I like that roll. That was fun. You can hookshot a man and then go to the man?
Lord Hayashi cannot seem to stay in his quarters. This is the Lord places beside the He'll dig himself a trench with those nightly footsteps. That's more grave.
A grave, huh?
I would assassinate that person. Ooh, I'd assassinate this person too. Everyone's assassinated. Oh, never mind. I guess she didn't do anything. You're working with the enemy, lady. Never mind, she's assassinated. Let's go. Let's go. just got KO'd? Okay.
He's coming. I need to hide.
Awesome. Awesome. Yo, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm so glad they're doing this. This looks great. Can you just go through?
Useless, all of you! First, Fujioka dies in the street at the hands of some stranger! And then you serve me scalding tea? Besides ruining its delicate flavor, I nearly lose my tongue for business!
Fujioka must have been the samurai Yasuke took out. Good riddance.
Take your tongue!
A daimyo like that deserves a slower death than the one I'm about to give him.
Are we gonna read through the water? Well, I guess we'll swim, but I would love a little reed sticking up. That would be amazing.
Kill her! Let's get her!
All the bamboo came down too? That's fun.
I've shed all the blood I need. Time to go.
Stop her! Hurry up and kill her!
Nope. Got spotted immediately. That was a very Jesse Cox move. Gotcha. Alright, so that's the end of that.
You being allies then.
I definitely want to see more. I definitely want to see more. I mean, I like Assassin's Creed, and I've played all of them, but yeah, the sneaking around stuff looked awesome. I want to see more of the Yasuke stuff, just because, like, all we saw was he walked in a like, down the street murdering everyone, which was awesome, but also, like, what else that dude doing, you know? Anyway, while we're wrapping up the main stream, here's my Assassin's Creed idea. All right, here's the trailer. You hear the sound of the waves crashing against the boat, and you hear people shouting in the background like, "1 minute!" Right? And then it pans over to a bunch of soldiers and does a Saving Private Ryan thing where dude's like, and he's puking, and there's a guy and he's like pissing himself, and there's all this shit, and they're going up. It's D-Day, dude, and they're like, right? The door opens up. The first couple guys get blasted, like, oh, right? And one guy, we're seeing it from one guy's POV.
Hello, everyone.
And one guy gets out onto the shore,
all of us
and
to
he's
be here
hunkering
to
down.
Our shared
And he's,
passion
hold on,
for games.
I'm muting this. I'm lowering the volume. And he's hunkering down, and he's like, oh man, there's a guy who's like, we gotta keep moving, we gotta keep moving. And then the character you are, your POV, pans up, and on the beach you see a guy dressed as like an Ezio character doing bat flips on the beach, dodging machine gun fire, murdering Nazis, throwing daggers. And he's like, run up the beach. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want an Assassin's Creed set in World War II, but you just play as an old school Assassin's Creed character. Where you're just like, it's literally the AC3 trailer, but World War II. And he's just like murdering Nazis. That would be the coolest shit. It'd be amazing. And it'd be like, we may win this war with your help, right? And it could be like, the guy who talks to you is FDR. He's like, you know, Mr. Assassin, we're gonna need your help to stop Adolf Hitler. That's what I want. We're gonna need your help to stop that evildoer, Adolf Hitler. That's what I want. Oh, more.
My name is Thierry Dansereau, art director on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. We are here today to share details on our first gameplay walkthrough for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Torii Gate are really iconic in Japanese culture and also very striking visually. So when the players see them, they will know there is something interesting to discover following that path. It can be secrets, it can be
No,
loot,
Churchill's a quest giver in my game. FDR's your contact back in the States. But Churchill's like, you know, he has cool, quippy lines.
Showcase one of the many castle towns that the game will
You'll
have.
be ugly
Assassin's
forever.
Creed Shadows,
you know,
you'll be exploring a dynamic
you must assassinate that bastard
all of which
Hitler.
is affected by dynamic seasons
more
and
Nixon.
weather systems. The wildlife is now more than ever part of the game ecosystem and biomes. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, a lot of the game wildlife will evolve and change colors through seasons, and the player will even see puppies, mostly in the springtime.
Well, you are a friendly beast, are you not?
The goal is to have a more natural behaviors and awareness systems.
Psst. Samurai sir, this way, I beg you.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering.
You're about to see Yasuke in action. In that sequence, Yasuke is going to find one
I understand what happened here. Because they know where to go, they walk directly there. But normally, you'd have to find him based on the context clues on the side of the screen.
Highlight those moments when you find them.
I told you, keep walking.
They just knew where to go, so they just went straight there.
Let's see some combat now.
The notion of dynamism was also applied to our props that are, for most of them, breakable.
Yasuke is using a kanabo, so it's a big, massive weapon, slow but very impactful. It's the best weapon to break enemies' armor. It's also a good tactic to remove armor first because it reduces
that
the
shot
time
is
to
so
deal
funny
with
to me.
your opponents. You can see the yellow bar under the enemy. It represents the armor, and once it's broken, it's a lot easier to land hits and inflict damage.
I'm not gonna lie to you all.
Charge up your adrenaline.
90% of my hype for this also comes from, again, Shogun.
To push back
Watching that new series, based off the book, based off the old series,
the enemy vulnerable.
It's so good. I'm just like, I want back in to this.
You can
I want
hold your
it.
attack and posture at any moment inside a combo. Those attacks inflict massive damage and can also branch into execution. But of course, if you use those attacks, you expose yourself. So the key is to really master the timing and learning enemy behavior. In the end, your competency can give you an edge over your stats.
My competency? Oh no.
The players always have two weapons at the same time, so they can freely switch
That's my biggest
between
problem.
both of them. You can see here, Yasuke has the classic katana, and he's using one of his unique moves, the sheeted attack. Now you can concentrate on the target. You can see the katana is a lot faster and versatile. Looking at the target, you see he's a lot more reactive and defensive. If you're taking the posture like right now, he's also using one of his posture against you. So it creates really this dance between the two fighters. The enemy reactivity really
Again, I wonder what overall play for his character is going to be like. Like this, I get.
You need to read the enemy to find the best opening and land the posture.
But maybe they'll just give us a lot more choice. Like, how do we get to this point? Could we have come in as our assassin character and done that same thing, or is that forced?
Yes,
you have to do
their
Yasuke for
own
this.
Personal story and their own life. But once they allied, they cooperate to achieve the common objective.
Too slow.
It means you can also switch at any moment in the open world. Of course, not during the infiltration or when you're fighting, but otherwise the players can really choose the character they want at any time and choose.
So I could have done this as her?
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him.
In this sequence, Yasuke is suggesting to use the spy network. It's a new
So in
system that we
theory,
introduced
you could
in
just
Assassin's
play
Creed
one of
Shadow
them
to
the entire
support
game.
Shinobi fantasy and help the player to find their objective. So you can send your spy
Except for maybe like an
to
introductory
scout
thing for each of
areas
them.
and spot your targets or the quest objective you have. Sometimes we have both characters in the cutscene where you can pick the one who answer or ask questions. At the end, you can also pick the character you want to continue with. You can choose between Naoe being more stealth-oriented or Yasuke being a bit more focused.
I honestly feel like I'll just be better at the Naoe mechanics.
Don't worry.
Because the sword fighting, I just keep attacking. I would not
It'll be me and
parry or block or dodge. I would just be like,
From this
smash!
point, we are with Naoe inside the Fukujiyama Castle. Feudal Japanese castles are amazing playgrounds as they offer a lot of opportunity to play in them in a stealth way or rather in a fight-oriented.
In the following sequence, you can see what's new in terms of parkour and stealth. First, our grappling hook. It's fully physics-based, so your speed and direction can affect where you go. You can also assassinate from the grappling hook, as you can see now. We brought back the cover system to sneak and peek, so you can use your tool from there. You can also observe your surrounding. You can now use
I genuinely really like what's about to happen
so
with
you can hide, you can go
light.
under small openings, so it's really useful to sneak around.
You're mine now, Snake.
But one of the big novelties is the dynamic perception of the enemies. They are affected by light and shadow. So here you can see Naoe can break the light and able to vanish and
cool.
reduce the detection time. So it's a lot easier to quickly move undetected. The weapons of Naoe are great for combat, but also for stealth. Each weapon has a specific type of assassination. Like here with the Kusarigama, you can also assassinate your enemy, but at range. With Naoe, you'll feel like a shinobi with all the new animation we added to make her a lot more agile and faster when doing parkour and everything she does, basically.
It looks cool.
Naoe is an agile, self-focused shinobi who will use noise, light and shadows to evade detection as enemies respond to their changing surroundings. Naoe is currently making her way to reach her target. She's going through some elite samurai houses, and as she progresses, the player will see and discover other iconic areas of the castle, such as the daimyo quarter.
The grappling hook can be also used to grab enemy, which is very useful to move them quickly and dispose of them.
I gotta be honest, I thought she was like, and now she's gonna kill her.
Than just carrying dead body, for example.
It's giving the player the option to decide if they want to kill or not.
Everyone in this castle dies.
We have a couple of abilities, we have gear, we
On
have
my
weapons
run,
that can
they're
bring
all
down
dead.
Enemies
No
until
witnesses.
They are wake up by other people. Like you saw with the Kusarigama, the katana also have special assassination. You can stab people.
I love this. That's cool.
And stay mostly silent.
If you're gonna do Japan, you have to do that. That's tropey as hell. It's awesome.
You have a different assassination opportunity.
He's coming. I need to hide.
In interior, there are places to hide, but one of the cool one is the
That's
beam
neat.
that you can use to grapple on the ceiling. It's really useful to not being spot, of course, but to also wait for an opportunity to assassinate.
Here we saw a sudden weather state change that triggered a thunderstorm.
The noise and the rain and the wind cover your footstep and also your action. The demo is in spring, but in winter the old pan will be frozen, so you can't use the same tactic. You will
So
have
depending
to
on when you
use
do
ground,
this,
deep snow,
this
or
wouldn't be
use
available
knife
to you.
deal with the target
Also,
at distance.
rod.
Another cool shinobi trick you can see is Naoe using the breathing stick.
I
With
love that.
You can stay hidden underwater and wait for the perfect opportunity to assassinate or just sneak around. If you're detected, you can choose to escape to return to your stealth loop or go straight in combat.
She saw your
Now
face.
it's
You gotta kill her.
combat with the Kusarigama, a versatile weapon that can use the cycle in one hand and the weighted chain in the other, allowing some range and melee fight depending on your attacks. In this case, the player decided to escape after many guards joined the fight. Even if Naoe can be very deadly, she doesn't have a strong armor like Yasuke, so it's a lot more risky when you fight multiple enemies at the same time. Anyway, in this case, she already achieved her objective. She killed the daimyo, so all is fine. We just saw the infiltration at night with Naoe. You can also imagine the other option of taking Yasuke and breaking through the front door. Day, night, weather, even season can affect the challenges on your path.
Thanks for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. Assassin's Creed Shadows will be launching on November 15. We can't wait for you to play it.
I need more footage of the Yasuke part. I just want to see, or a flip of this trailer, or this demo where it's we see like assassin intro, and then Yasuke breaks in, kind of like. I want to see that. I just want more. I think that would be very clever of them to be like, it's the same thing you saw before, but here's the flip of that. Just so we can kind of understand core concepts a little bit better.